LaunchBox is a front-end program that brings all your emulators together with these nice looking 3D box arts. It's free to use. The free version is, I believe, limits up to 100 games that you can import. If you want more than that, it's you have to get the premium version, which I believe it's well worth it to organize your all your emulation in one nice looking program with the nice looking box art. So to set it up, I actually have a brand new mini PC I just got. I'll set it up on that mini PC and show you guys how to set up your LaunchBox from scratch. Alright, here we go. Alright, so first step is to go to LaunchBox. Just Google LaunchBox and click the link. Enter your email address. I already did that, so I'm gonna skip doing that again. So enter your email address and press download. Once you do that, they will send you a link to download LaunchBox right here, and then you just click download here, and then it should download this .exe right here. Okay, so once that's downloaded, you just double click it. Alright, English, I accept. Just let LaunchBox install at the default folder here. Okay, install. So it'll install all the files. You might have to download a .NET Core dependency. It'll automatically ask you to do that. So just make sure you download it. Okay, so once it's downloaded, it'll see a screen like this. We're gonna import some ROM files. So before this video, I have prepared some folders with ROMs. So LaunchBox will make default folders for you to put the games in, but I like to put the ROMs in a separate folder. Ideally, a drive with a much larger size, so you can put more, especially the older generation games that takes up a lot of space. So just create a folder called ROMs, and then a bunch of folders with the system names, and then put the ROMs in each folder like this. I don't have any PlayStation games yet, but I got Sega Genesis ready, Super Nintendo ready, and NES ready. Alright, so create some system folders and then put some ROMs in it to start out. Alright, so I have a couple to start out with, so we're going to import ROM files. Next, and then add the folder. So I had the folder in right here. Let's start with NES. Okay, click next. So here, alright, we're gonna look for Nintendo Entertainment System. Alright. Next, okay, here install RetroArch. And this is what I was talking about. You can copy the files into the default LaunchBox games folder, but I like to use it in the current location because I prefer my games in all in one big drive. Alright, so here check all because I like to use these 3D boxes art. It looks really nice. You'll see in a second. Alright, so next We don't need this, so next. Next. Okay, they got all the games, so click finish. So let me bring up LaunchBox. So LaunchBox right now is downloading RetroArch and all the Gamebox arts. So just take a second to download all these files. And once it's done, I'll show you the results. Alright, finally, it looks like it's done. And you can already see some box art. So these flat box arts looks nice already. Alright, so first let's bring them down in size a little bit so we can see all of them. And also over here, we're gonna change it to platform instead of platform categories. Alright, so NES. So this looks really nice already. But I prefer the 3D boxes. That looks really nice. Look at this. This is beautiful. It's like having a digital collection. Alright, so looks like it's got all the files. Let's do the same thing for Sega Genesis. Okay, so I'm gonna import that folder I had. Sega Genesis. Okay, click next. So since we already downloaded RetroArch, you don't need to do that anymore. And RetroArch actually takes care of a lot of the systems. Next, yep, RetroArch as the emulator. Next. Okay, same thing here. I like to use the files in the location I picked. Okay, and these we're gonna check all. Alright, next, next, next. Okay, next. Alright, that's all the games I picked. And there you go. Okay, that looks really nice. Are these the 3D boxes? No, these are regular. Okay, yep. Look at that. 3D boxes. Looks really nice. Okay, and I have one more system prepared, so let's do that as well. Add folder. Super Nintendo. Okay. Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Emulator, RetroArch. Yep, leave that alone. Okay, next. Same thing here, used at the location I picked. Check all. Next, next, next. Okay. There we go. And now we have Super Nintendo. And we're gonna change it to 3D carts. Ooh, look at that. 3D carts looks nice too. Actually, I'm gonna leave it like this. Okay, and this is just a free version of LaunchBox. You can get most of the functionality without paying anything, but I believe they limit the number of games you can import to 100. I believe that's the right number. If you want the premium version, which has unlimited games that you can import, there's a price. I think I paid a one-time price of like $80 or something like that. I think it's well worth it. and with the premium license, you just have to pay once and you can use it in all your devices. But anyway, you don't have to do that. You can use the free version if you just want to add a few games under 100. It's free to do so. Alright, so let's fire one up to just have a test run. Alright, that worked. I don't have a controller ready yet, so I can't do any test plays, but let's try Super Mario All Stars. Sweet, that worked. And then NES, we'll pick a game, this iconic game right here. Alright, so all three systems is working properly. And the earlier systems, 8-bit and 16-bit systems, are easier to set up because they don't need any BIOS files. So all you need to do is just bring the ROM files to LaunchBox for it to work. But systems like PS1, PS2, Sega CD, Sega Saturn, I believe you need to get your own BIOS files. I'll do a later video with those systems, but as of right now, yeah, look at that. Beautiful 3D box arts. So that's how you set up LaunchBox on your computer to emulate games, and you can play right on your computer. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe, comment below. I will make a future video about how to import PS1 games, Sega Saturn games, and the other systems. Thanks so much for watching.